Yeah.
All right.
Shoot.
It's recording.
Recording. Hi, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Jim.
I'm a software sales specialist,
And I work at a museum.
and we're here to tell you about what's wrong with our yard.
And there's a lot wrong with our yard.
So I guess to start, first thing wrong with our yard is that we have historic bricks that are hexagon, but they're uneven and they're really difficult to maintain.
So. Does it think it's recording?
It's continuing where it stopped.
Okay. So what I don't like about the yard is the fact that we have an irrigation system, but it doesn't work. So it actually runs 24/7 if we keep the water turned on. So we actually have a lot of dead grass, as you can see, Kirby. Dead grass.
Dead grass.
Mm-hmm.
Hope they don't hear that.
There's also this giant tree, which when it was 2 feet tall was really nice, but now it's 12 feet tall, and it totally engulfs the entire front yard. You can't even see the house anymore.
Pause. All right, so the other thing that I don't like, is the front of the house. I think it's too closed off with the screen porch. I think it should be opened up with nice steps down into the yard. So if that was opened up for me, it would be really great. And then the other thing we have is we had this idea to build a cute little pond, which is great, but certain animals keep taking all our animals out of the pond. So I'd like to have a little bit of landscaping and maybe a nice water feature on the property that's newer, and that would make a big difference.
So living in Florida, obviously citrus trees are really important. This citrus tree has been struggling for about 2.5 years. It doesn't really seem to want to grow or have any that's the product of the citrus tree. It's pretty sad. In addition, we have lots of palm trees around, but they don't seem to do very well, and they're kind of always dry and brittle and kind of hanging around, so they don't always look very good. So we had the idea of doing the side of the house and calling it the quote-unquote secret garden. It was probably a bad idea. We're actually happy that it's a secret so nobody can see it.
It's pretty bad. And it's Jerry's secret garden, which is kind of dwarfed by the big tree, and it doesn't get a lot of sun, but needless to say, it's overgrown quite a bit. Come on up and take a look. It's a little scary back there.
The greatest feature is the elephant ears, which I love, which I planted almost 10 years ago, and it took 8 years for them to grow. Here they are.
All right, so the other thing about the front of the house is it's really crowded. Some of the great things about living in Florida is we have terrific trees. The problem is they grow like crazy. This has covered up the entire corner of the house, as you can see, all the way up to the gate, and completely buried.
You don't
So,
like this? I
well,
think this is really good.
yeah, it's not so good.
Oh, I like it.
So I would like to have that kind of cleaned up a little bit and thinned out. If we open up the porch, of course it would have to be thinned up and
I
closed
think
out.
they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. They're just a lot of
Okay,
them.
whatever. So these are our new neighbors next door, and these are our neighbors across the street. We're kind of a little concerned that when these new houses come
6 months.
in 6 months and become new homes to people, they're going to really outshine our front yard, and we want to fit in with the neighborhood. Stop.
So one of the best parts about living in a cottage neighborhood or a bungalow neighborhood is you get cute bungalows like this that are open and airy, and they're very 1920s style cottage. But their landscaping is beautiful, and it's very clean, less overgrown, and very pretty in the flowers and the palm trees and the banana trees. So those are sort of some of the things that we'd like to see as well.